manager that looks after your existing client base and nurtures and supports them, to retain that client base as long as possible. So the question is, one, can I start another brand without affecting the parent brand? Two, should I invest in my own loan processing team? Should I invest in my own lead gen? Should I invest in something post-settlement? So these are the things that come up a lot, particularly with how we do business with our partners at Recludo. So here's my opinion. First question first is, can I have a sub-brand? So you look at Glenfiddich. Everyone's heard of Glenfiddich, and I've been to the distillery, and to be honest with you, until recently, I wasn't sure of the relationship between the Balvenie and Glenfiddich. So this has been a great journey of knowledge acquisition for me to understand, is the Balvenie a sub-brand? Why does it exist? Why would Glenfiddich want to have two brands? Surely the Balvenie is taking oxygen and sales away from Glenfiddich. So what this has shown me that no, that's not necessarily the case. However, the only reason the Balvenie exists, which hopefully you picked up from the story, was because of need driving innovation. So they bought way back 100 years, 130 years ago, William Grant bought the Balvenie estate in order to expand and protect the business from risks to water source. So it was need driving innovation. Okay, so have a think about that. And then it became, obviously, the Balvenie became a great whiskey and is a wholly owned subsidiary of William Grant, as is Glenfiddich, as is Kinvinny, and as is a couple of other brands. However, they were all created for a specific reason, not because it was just a good idea. So my response to that is, a separate brand would only exist if it was need driven, not any other reason. Now, to the question around owning supply chain, I think as a small to medium enterprise, it's not necessary to own the supply chain. And I think this is one of the things that mortgage brokers are facing today in the transition from being a mortgage broker to a business owner. At what point do I focus on the most important part of the business and separate myself from all the other aspects? So let's take an example: outsourcing loan processing and settlement support to offshore virtual assistants. Is that necessary to be part of the mortgage broking business in order for the mortgage business to grow value? My argument is no. My argument is you don't need to own that, right? But you need to be part of a relationship that you can get security of supply. So that may be provided by your aggregator. It's something that we're working on here at Recludo, so that you as a business owner can focus on the most important thing, which is finding customers, winning customers, and converting customers into revenue. That is what a mortgage business is. It's effectively a marketing business, a lead generation business that happens to do mortgage broking. So I think that's my message here today.